Welcome back to Hockey Talks. I'm Carl. That is Dave. Let's start off with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Whoop whoop.
Once again. As you all know, Austin Matthews has not been playing. He has missed his 9th straight game now after he has come back from Germany.
His secret trip to Germany.
Who knows what he was doing there or anything. But
he's back.
He's back in practice. That is what we can tell you. But he did miss his 9th straight game. But the Leafs have been playing pretty well without him.
I think so.
Far.
Yeah, they lost to Florida.
Last game, but since he's been gone, they've only lost 2 games.
Yeah.
So that's pretty impressive. So 7 out of the 9, they have won, which is good.
Absolutely.
Right? So they've been playing pretty well, I would think. Most of the guys have been playing pretty well. There's one guy in particular that I want to bring up that has not been playing well, and that is Nick Robertson.
Yeah.
1 point, 1 goal in the last 19 games, or in 19 games total.
Yeah.
So 1 point this season he has produced.
Yeah.
And they had this whole big controversy off preseason about him wanting to play more and he deserves another chance and he should be a regular, right? Because as you know, he was bounced from AHL to NHL back and forth lots last year, and he had a very well known that he wants to play more and he deserved to play more. Well, this kind of stats is not going to get you very much playing time.
And it's not even like he's playing with people that aren't talented. You know what I mean? He's playing with good teammates.
Yeah.
He's just not generating points. So I guess my question would be, is 19, 20 games enough games to have a good sample of how he's going to perform? Or do you think there's a bit more chemistry building that has to go in with him playing on the same line as some of the teammates to maybe increase that 20 to 40 and see how he does? Or do you think it's been long enough before they make a change?
Well, 19 games is quite a bit already.
Yeah.
You would think you'd be able to find some sort of chemistry, right? And put up a few more points in one.
You would think.
1 point. But, I mean, they had a lot of new teammates, kind of. But either way, like you said, he's playing with high talented players, and you'd think they'd find some way to get him going, but he just hasn't had a chance to get going. 19 games, you'd think you'd be able to see something out of it, especially a guy that's kept telling people over and over and over again that he deserves to be there. But
it's
right.
It's interesting to see. There's a lot of speculation going on that maybe they're waiting for other players to get back off injury to remove him off the team completely. So it'd be interesting to see what all happens. I mean, 19 games in my opinion, or 20 games or whatever it is, when this thing airs, it's plenty of time for him to get more points and to jive with the team than just be prohibiting your team from scoring goals.
Yeah.
I can't even believe that there's not even more assists in there with the teammates that he's playing with.
1 goal.
Not even secondary assists. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all. I mean,
it's so surprising.
He has put up better numbers in previous years, even with bouncing back and forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now he's on full time. He hasn't been doing much at all. It could just be a lull for him too, but I don't know. He doesn't seem to be off to a great start.
Well, and something else to think about too is they do have that new coach and they're trying a new play style completely.
Yeah,
so
that could change.
I mean, that might take 10 games to kind of warm up to 10, 15 games, but getting around 20, 25, 30 games, you should start to be getting used to it and being able to contribute to the team, even if it involves a secondary assist or just being a part of the play.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You'd think there should be something in there, but nope, nothing yet. Just the 1 point.
Yeah, and I mean, maybe he can score more goals if he just shoots at the other goalie and they put it in their own net.
Yeah, speaking of that, that just happened. Charlie Lindgren from Washington put it in his own net the other day. Gave Brayden Point a hat-trick as well. So that's got to be
his 5th hat-trick of the league era.
That's got to be a terrible feeling. What happened was he got the puck, he tried to dump it around the net, he turned around and just fired it. He fired it directly into his own net. Right into his own net. Yeah, but
And he felt absolutely ridiculous about it too. But the craziest thing is that afterwards, they ended up coming back and winning the game.
Yeah, I know. Eh? Yeah.
So how about that team coming together for their goaltender?
Yeah.
You know,
to show him support. Yeah, you could tell he felt terrible. His teammates came and showed him whatever. It happens. Stuff like that happens. But oh well.
Yeah, it's you know, as a goaltender, I imagine you learn by mistakes, by playing and going through those rough times. Nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, he's been a great goalie too. Like
he has been
really good for the Capitals, right?
Yeah,
and he's been playing well. And it's just happened to be a routine like dump behind the net for the goalie. Just misread that one a little bit,
just a little bit.
But that stuff happens all the time, I guess.
Yeah, it's those
net. Every now and then that happens, but
in your own net for sure.
Blunders happen.
It's those mistakes that make a really, really strong goaltender. And speaking of strong goaltender, there's one key goaltender of the league, Marc-Andre Fleury. So I have some interesting questions for you here. So Marc-Andre Fleury debuted in the NHL. I think it was 2003 or something. So what are some ages of stars when he debuted? Just to give you an example of how old he is. So Leon Draisaitl, how old do you think he was when Marc-Andre Fleury debuted in the NHL?
Wow.
It's a weird one.
Like 4, 5?
7. 7 years old.
Yeah, yikes.
And then what about Matthews and McDavid?
Matthews and McDavid. Wow, they got to be somewhere around that same age.
6.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then we'll go Makar. How old do you think he was? Maybe a little younger?
Yeah, like 4 or 5.
4.
4. Yeah.
And then Quinn Hughes, Jack Hughes, and Cole Caulfield were all under 3. And then here's a trick question. Macklin Celebrini, how old was he?
He wasn't even born yet, was he?
He was negative years.
Negative years. Wow.
That's impressive.
Shows how old you are, Fleury.
Yeah, right.
Still playing like a rock.
And he's still playing. I think he has 4 or 5 wins, to be honest. No losses when he's played.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then one final question is, how many Stanley Cups has he won?
How many has he won?
Yes.
Wow. He has won a total of 3.
Yeah. Bonus if you get the years.
Oh boy, 2009.
Yeah, you got that one.
2016. And 2017.
Yeah, he nailed it.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, no, it's always nice when you get an experienced goaltender like that. It took him a few years to kind of get into it, but 6-7 years into his NHL debut or his NHL performance, he took home his first Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
it helps when you got key players to play like with Crosby and the like.
He's a great goaltender too, right?
Absolutely.
Even now he's playing with Minnesota, and he has enough games, right? But he's still a pretty good goaltender. Some even actually say that they should put him on Team Canada for the Four Nations Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'd be good.
I'd love to see it.
You know what? Canada for goaltending, they don't have many options in that. Why not give Fleury an opportunity? Sure. You know what? He's probably
he's proving himself.
Years of his he's been playing okay. Yeah. I mean, for the choices we have, I would like to see him there.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
It'd be a lot of fun.
Like to see that guy playing. He has such a positive attitude, right?
Yeah.
Towards everything, brings that room up. Yeah, it'd be fun to see him there.
Yeah. It's nice seeing the team chemistry of these guys come together, though, and like what he did with Pittsburgh Penguins, and the team chemistry is really what can drive home and win a Stanley Cup.
Yeah. Chemistry is what New Jersey has right now, right? They're 10-4 in the last 14 games, and they've been playing. Oh, another crazy stat!
Let's hear it.
10-0 when they score. Not just when they score first, when they score a goal. So the 4 games they have lost in those last 14 games have because they've been shut out. So anytime they've scored a goal, they have won. So there you go.
It's almost like you got to score goals to win
score
games.
A goal and you will win. Yeah, almost like you got to score goals. Yeah.
Oh, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah, but that's a pretty crazy stat.
It's interesting seeing this Jersey team bounce back from the previous year. We've said this time and time again. It probably comes up every week.
Yeah.
This New Jersey team with the new coach, it's just they're going to mesh, especially since everybody's back from injury and all that. Very exciting first part of the season. We'll see how they handle it at the end of like the whole Christmas season and everything, because things usually change at that point. Like Utah, for example, I imagine them just going all the way to the bottom in the new year.
Yeah, they had a hot start.
Yeah,
but you can see them.
The effect is going to be worn off at that time.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. They played hot in the start just because they were in Utah, new arena.
New
fans, yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Actually, have people cheering for you.
Yeah, actually have more than a couple thousand in the stadium.
Yeah.
Have played in an actual NHL arena.
Yeah.
That's got to feel different.
Yeah. It's like going from high school to college.
Hey, there we go, upgrade. But now you can see it's wearing off in Utah. It's slowly falling to the bottom. Not climbing, falling.
Slowly. Well, quickly. Whatever.
Quickly. Yeah.
Slowly falling down a flight of stairs.
Slowly. The slow tumble down.
Yeah. But no, they got really good chemistry, and they're going to have a Stanley Cup. Maybe not I wouldn't be surprised to see them, as a Stanley Cup contending team. Yeah. First the playoffs, then we'll see where they go from there.
Yeah. Well, they got a lot of good guys, right? And their new coach.
Yeah, that's right.
They took from Toronto.
Yeah.
They didn't take from Toronto.
We gave it to them.
Yeah,
Toronto gave them. Yeah.
Sheldon Keefe, which I think he was a really good coach.
Yeah.
He just needed some changes, right? And
absolutely.
He's proving it in New Jersey, right? They had a bit of a slump there, but what team doesn't? Winnipeg Jets are going through it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going through that slump.
We called it.
Everybody goes through that, right? But San Jose. Okay, I want to talk about San Jose for a bit.
Okay.
They were going through a slump. Okay, maybe it was more than a slump. It was just a bad team. But since they got Macklin Celebrini back from injury, he has been on fire.
He's been playing good.
The San Jose Sharks have been on fire.
Yeah.
Like they've been, they made it really close in the other games that they have lost, but they've been playing they've been playing much better hockey. And Macklin Celebrini, I think, is a big reason why. He scored another 2-goal game the other night, and he's been playing some really good hockey. I think this kid is something else.
Absolutely.
I personally almost think he could outshine Bedard. Given circumstances, he's on a terrible team. I'm not saying Chicago's much better, but the stuff this guy does.
He's still able to pull these points out, and he's able to make it kind of contagious.
Yeah.
Where his team starts to play, and it takes longer than 20 games or however much they've played for that contagious to kind of go around the team.
Yeah.
But when they start realizing, like, hey, they can win games, and they start adjusting the way they play, it's going to be very exciting. Give it a little bit longer here, and hopefully they can start winning more, than they're losing. But he's actually been able to generate quite a bit of opportunity just by the small amount of time he's had.
Yeah,
I do believe he's still at a -5, but the whole team is like negative, so it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, a lot of goals scored on him still.
But to be able to generate that off of what you're given, the tools that you have available to you, it's gonna be an exciting future for this team.
I think so too. Yeah, and just watch that guy skate.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable the way he handles the puck and everything. It's fun watching him. It's really, really fun watching him. Watching him. I knew it did eventually, but yeah, it's the Sharks seem like they're in a new year, like a new direction,
new era
with the San Jose Sharks, and hopefully this trend keeps going. Right, they put some pieces together in the off season, and they seem to be moving in the right direction.
Who do you think is going to win?
Keep them healthy.
Yeah, that's for sure. Who do you think will win a Stanley Cup sooner now, Celebrini or McDavid?
McDavid.
I don't know.
The Oilers.
I think they missed their chance, man. I don't know.
I think I kind of agree with that. They did miss their chance. They had it right there.
Yeah.
They could have easily taken that. And they're better than what they played in the final.
Yeah.
Way better than that. But, I think they did miss a big chance. And they're not playing very good this year.
Well, I mean, and that could very well change. But the way I see it is that was their chance. And it's not like they're not going to have another chance. But it's going to come down the road. It's not going to be this year. We'll see how it goes, but I can't see it being this year.
Yeah,
there's a lot of competition out there, a lot of good stars out there, and you need a lot of depth for it, right? So.
Yeah. Well, they say come American Thanksgiving, 75% of the teams that are in the Stanley Cup playoffs right now to make the playoffs will make the playoffs. And the rest of the teams will not. So, but the Oilers were out of it last year.
Yeah. They were part of the 25.
Yeah, and they were in the Stanley Cup Finals. So, but they say 75% of the teams that where their place right now is pretty much where they're going to finish in either in or out of the playoffs. Yeah, 75%. So that's a unique stat, I guess. But
very unique.
Yeah. What else? Okay, another cliche.
Cliche.
Let's move on. Paul Bissonnette. A lot of guys know as Biz Nasty, the handle. He's a Spittin' Chicklets podcast.
Spittin' Chicklets.
Yeah, he also is an analyst on TNT. He was assaulted the other day trying to defend some people at a restaurant who was just getting harassed. A group of guys came in. I guess they came on off a golf course, a golf game or whatever. Came in. They were just being terrible people to the staff and everything like that. And Super Paul decided he wanted to step in, which is it's good. It's good. I have some mixed emotions about this guy, but he tried to step in, and the group of guys turned on him, and apparently they gave it to him pretty good, right? Beat him up pretty good.
Did they pepper him?
Pepper him? I don't.
Did they give him some pepper with his assault?
Maybe. Guy had a little pepper shaker. But a group of 6 guys, they found him. They all got arrested. It happened in Scottsdale, Arizona, at a restaurant that he's not well known at. He was having a meal at. Okay, enough about that. Anyways, Paul Bissonnette got assaulted. He posted a video on Twitter. If you haven't seen it, go take a look. See what he said. X now. But yeah, so
that's pretty ridiculous, though. Yeah. I mean, like, there's a lot of that stuff that goes on. The fact that it's with somebody who's semi-famous or whatever, it's interesting to see it covered. But
used to be an ex-hockey player too for the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh, no way. Okay.
Or Phoenix Coyotes.
So he's not very good, is what you're saying.
No, well,
just kidding.
His hockey career didn't last as long as some people will put it that way.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But yeah, so his he said he's doing okay, so nobody has to worry. But yeah, at the same time, you don't like to see that, right?
No, it sucks.
A group of guys just probably had too much to drink, came to the restaurant, and
start throwing salt at people.
Yeah, it was just being ridiculous. They don't deserve that. And well, yeah, it's unfortunate, but
what do you do?
Story.
Yeah.
Let's move on from him now. Hey, to something else. Remember the ex-Bruins coach we talked about last week? Well, he got a new job. The Blues have rehired Jim Montgomery as a head coach now. He was once with St. Louis before as a assistant coach. Before he moved on, became a head coach for the Bruins and stuff like that. But now they rehired him as the head coach for the St. Louis Blues. And he got his first win under his belt the other day.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it was very, very quick turnaround. It was within a matter of hours.
Yeah.
Which we kind of talked about, we kind of expected, right?
Yeah.
That
it's almost like it was in the works anyways.
Well, I don't know if it was. I don't know if it's in the works or nothing.
No,
I think the Bruins were.
Well, they heard about it really quickly.
Well, yeah, in the NHL, yeah, you hear about things pretty quick, and they've. But they. The thing I don't agree with here. Well, I don't think the Bruins should have fired him to begin with. But besides that, the Blues hiring Montgomery. In order to make room, they promoted a guy to interim head coach, right? For last year after Craig Ruby got fired, right? Yeah. So they promoted a guy as an interim head coach, and then he did a really good job for the Blues, right? They thought they did a really good job. Awarded him with a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
And starting this year, and a few months in, 19 games, they fired him. To make room for Montgomery.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
They got rid of him to make room for Montgomery.
That's a bit chintzy, eh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, okay, all they said was like, we couldn't let this opportunity pass. I was like, yeah, well, what about the guy that you just said, yeah, you're our guy, you signed him, and then you got rid of him for somebody else?
Yeah.
That's going to be a slap in the face.
If I've ever seen one.
Yeah. But Montgomery is now the head coach of the St. Louis Blues, so we will see. I think it'll be good for them either way.
Oh, absolutely.
He's a great coach, so yeah. But that's probably all the time we have tonight.
Right, so yeah.
Yeah. Thanks again for watching. Hope you liked it. Leave us a like, and we'll see you next time.
Bon appetit.